In this lesson, I'm going to explain how to download the OPNsense software and create a bootable USB installer. Using your test PC, open a browser and navigate to OPNsense.org. Please note that this is not the same as OPNsense.com. The .com site is for purchasing hardware or commercial licenses. The .org site is where you download the free Community Edition. Once the website loads, look for the Download OPNsense button. The page layout may vary slightly depending upon the current release. Clicking on it should take you to the download page. Then scroll down until you find the Download selector. Here you'll see three options: System Architecture, Image Type, and Mirror Location. System Architecture only has one choice: AMD 64. Now this name can be a little confusing. AMD 64 refers to the 64-bit x86 instruction set. So it actually refers to both AMD and Intel processors. Please note, however, OPNsense does not support other architectures, such as the Apple M series. Mirror Location allows you to choose your download location. So try to pick a server that's geographically close to you. Image type is probably the most important and potentially confusing option. Your choices include Nano, DVD, VGA, and Serial. The serial image is for installing OPNsense on a headless machine, a computer without a keyboard and a monitor. So you install this image via a serial console. If you don't know what that means, then you don't need this image. The Nano image is for installing a special lightweight version of OPNsense. It's primarily used for systems that rely on non-traditional internal storage media, like USB thumb drives, SD cards, compact flash, or eMMC. The Nano image is smaller and it performs fewer writes to disk, which helps prolong the lifespan of such storage media. The chances of you needing either the serial or Nano images is low. These are designed for more exotic OPNsense deployments, so you can just ignore them. The DVD image was originally designed for creating bootable DVDs, which might be necessary if your computer is too old to support booting from USB. Today, it's more frequently used for virtual deployments because it comes in an ISO format. The VGA image was specifically designed for creating a bootable USB installer. Despite its name, it works perfectly fine for machines that use DisplayPort, DVI, or HDMI. The VGA label is simply to distinguish it from the serial image. And this image uses the IMG format. Since we're creating a bootable USB thumb drive, you should select the VGA image. Then click on the download button and wait for the transfer to finish. The resulting file will be compressed in BZ2 format, but you don't need to manually extract it. Once you've downloaded the OPNsense image, you'll need to write it to your USB thumb drive. Now there are several ways to accomplish this, but I'm going to demonstrate the easiest method for beginners. First, make sure to back up any important files on your USB thumb drive. When you write the image to the drive, it's going to permanently overwrite all existing data. Second, you need to download and install a program called Balena Etcher. Etcher is completely free, it runs on Windows, macOS, and Linux, and is exceptionally simple to use. For beginners, it's the quickest and easiest option. The only downside to Etcher is that by default, it attempts to collect some of your data, including your IP address, the file name of the image being written to disk, and details about your USB drive. For users that care about their privacy, this might be a deal breaker. If so, feel free to explore other options. For example, Rufus is a popular and privacy-focused alternative for Windows. To download Etcher, navigate to etcher.balena.io. Notice that there's no .com at the end. Then click the download button. Finally, select the version that matches your operating system. Once the installer finishes downloading, go ahead and run it. And then complete the installation process. This step is going to vary slightly depending upon your operating system. When that is complete, plug in your USB thumb drive if you haven't already, and then run the Etcher program. When Etcher launches, you'll get a warning about data collection. Let me show you how to disable that. Click on Settings here, and then turn these two options off. Then click on OK. You can also access the settings by clicking on the cogwheel icon in the upper right-hand corner. Now, as you can see, the user interface is very simple. Click here to select your downloaded OPNsense image file. Click here to choose your USB thumb drive. Now make sure you select the correct drive, as this process will completely overwrite its contents. Once you're ready, click on the Flash button. The flashing process might take a while, depending on the speed of your USB drive. Etcher first needs to decompress the file, then write the contents to the drive, and finally, it's going to verify that the contents were written correctly. If the verification process fails, it often indicates a faulty USB stick, so you might need to try again with a different one. Once the process is complete, close the program and eject the USB thumb drive. Now, you might notice that your computer's operating system no longer shows the drive or its contents. Don't worry though, nothing is broken. OPNsense just uses a different file system that most operating systems can't read. You can uninstall the Etcher program now if you wish, or keep it for future use. And that's it. You have now successfully created a bootable USB installer for your OPNsense machine.